It's the Texas weather discussion video for Wednesday, the 6th of December. I'm Donovan Neal. North Texas weather trends colder for the next couple of days, where we could see our first freeze of the season by Friday. But after that, we trend warmer with mostly sunny conditions and pretty dry. Let's take a look at the water vapor satellite view across the continental United States. Of course, that main feature is an upper level trough that's developing in the northern states that will set up a cold pattern for a while in the eastern sector of the United States. Down here we have clouds, widespread clouds across the state of Texas. And here's the radar at 5:06 a.m. You can see a few scattered bouts of light rain here and there in parts of North Texas and even some parts of West Texas and Central Texas. But and of course, some of that could turn into a few snow pellets in some places, but it's more likely for that to happen areas to the west of I-35 where there are colder temperatures there. Of course, they're in the low 40s. Down here in DFW, we're in the mid 40s. Pretty chilly start to Wednesday. Here's a look across the nation. Of course, doesn't get any better up north. Of course, in the mountainous regions, they're in the teens in some spots. Thankfully, we won't see that weather anytime soon. However, our first freeze of the season is anticipated by early Friday morning. And across the watch warning map, things remain pretty quiet. We do have a few winter weather advisories near El Paso. Otherwise, things are pretty quiet. And quiet on the convective outlooks. Go anywhere on this map. No thunderstorms expected anywhere across the nation. We remain in a cool, stable air mass. Here's the average rain for the next 7 days, valid through Wednesday of next week. Of course, 2 inches of rain for near the San Antonio metro. Let's go a little in depth with that. Of course, the northern 2/3 of the state remains pretty dry throughout the rest of the next 7 days, but as the farther south you go, the rain amounts start to increase more until you hit the bullseye where about 2 inches of rain is expected for parts of that sector of Texas. So let's go out to the model output. Let's talk all about it. This is the GFS. This is the 06Z run, valid today at noon. 500 millibars. Of course, you can see that trough developing in the northern states. Down below that, we remain in a cool, stable air mass. Most of the rain is in the central and southern part of the state, and we remain pretty cool with highs only reaching the upper 40s to low 50s. Thursday, we trend even colder. It should stay mostly cloudy throughout the day. Of course, we start the day in the mid to upper 30s, but we only warm to the mid 40s. So be sure to dress for cold weather on Thursday. Now Friday morning, we actually start the day in the upper 20s. In most spots in North Texas, we start the day in the upper 20s, but then we warm to the mid 50s in most spots with sunny conditions. But the bottom line is prepare for a widespread frost by during the morning on Friday. Our first freeze of the season this year. Let's go out to the weekend. Saturday, we stay after Friday. We stay with a pretty consistent forecast. Saturday, we start the day in the upper 30s, and then we end up in the low 60s. Same thing on Sunday. And let's go out to Monday of next week. Pretty much the same thing. We start the day in the low 40s. We end up in the mid 60s with abundant sunshine. Same thing on Tuesday. And a week from today, to the Wednesday, the 13th of December. Of course, we have troughing in the eastern states, ridging in the west. Heights are about where they should be for us, and that's a pretty dry, stable air mass, again with highs in the upper 50s. Here's 10 days out. This is the end of the forecast period on Saturday the 16th. Of course, we have the trough fully develops to the trough axis lifts to the north, and we have a pretty dry, stable air mass, and most of the cold air is about 4 hours away from us. But let's just keep going here. This is December the 22nd. This is near Christmas Eve, and this if you're going to see anything about snow or a wintry mix posted on social media, it'll most likely be this. This is one run of the GFS showing on a wintry mix for parts of the DFW Metro. But again, we stress that this is absolute voodoo at this point, and a lot of things can and will change. And if you see anyone posting about this on social media, just do not click like, share, or retweet. You're just wasting your time, and that will lead to wrong information. So let's just keep going here. This is the European ensemble for the next 15 to 16 days. You can see that big freeze of the season occurs on Friday, where we could see lows in the upper 20s. But after that, we quickly warm back into the 60s, and we generally stay in the mid 60s throughout the rest of mid-December. That's it for the Texas weather discussion video for today. More notes in the blog. The next video here should be posted at around 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. If you can, catch your local TV stations on the air at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and Godspeed.